Welcome to the channel. Today we are talking Wandavision. Before we get started, we just want to issue a quick spoiler warning for anyone that has not seen the show yet. Over the course of the show we have gotten 9 awesome episodes. Some take place within the Wandavision alternate reality, paying homage to classic TV, while others are based in today's world. While I enjoyed each episode, some were certainly better than others. Now that the show has concluded, I am counting down the best episodes of Wandavision. Let's get started. Number 9, filmed before a live studio audience, Episode 1. The episode that started it all. This episode is arguably the most forgettable of the series. Being the first episode of the series, its role is primarily to establish the sitcom world that Wanda and Vision are now living in. There are few answers, but many questions coming out of this episode. Number 8, Breaking the Fourth Wall, Episode 7. Following the aftermath of Wanda expanding the Hex, this episode gives off filler vibes. The episode primarily follows Wanda eating cereal and doing office-style interviews in her house, while Vision is trying to return home with Darcy but is caught up in traffic. The purpose of this episode is really the end, where it is revealed that it has been Agatha all along. Agnes reveals herself to have been pulling strings throughout the episode. Number 7, Don't Touch That Dial, Episode 2. The first time we see Wanda and Vision move across the decades, this 1960s episode continues to build on the alternate reality that Wanda and Vision are living in. We get to see the couple interacting with more neighbors and other members of the community. A theme throughout seems to be for the children, which will eventually lead to the birth of Tommy and Billy. Between Jimmy Woo's radio message and the beekeeper, we really start to get the picture that something is horribly wrong here. Number 6, Now in Color, Episode 3. The significance of this episode is the birth of twins Tommy and Billy. It is also revealed that Monica Rambeau is a SWORD agent that has infiltrated the Westview anomaly. The end scene between Wanda and Monica is chilling and really makes you wonder if Wanda is the bad guy. This episode also gives us our first glimpse of how things look outside the Hex. With Daydream Believer playing, the episode ends with SWORD agents finding Monica being thrown out of the Hex. Number 5, the series finale, Episode 9. The series finale was the most action-packed of the series. We see some fun battles between Vision and White Vision, as well as Agatha and Wanda. Billy, Tommy, and Monica even get in the action. The main reason that the finale is not higher up on the list is mostly for it failing to pay off most of the setups and mysteries built in earlier episodes and off-screen by the actors. Number 4, previously on Episode 8. While this episode was primarily a flashback, it was full of answers and backstory to understand how Westview came to be. This includes a backstory at the beginning for Agatha, Wanda's interactions with SWORD, a look at Wanda's family, and Wanda getting her powers from the Mind Stone. We also see that a prominent memory from Wanda's time with her family was watching shows such as I Love Lucy and Dick Van Dyke. The big reveal at the end is that SWORD has rebuilt Vision and is prepared to use him. Number 3, we interrupt this program, Episode 4. This episode provided the backstory and point of view outside of Westview that we were dying for after the first 3 episodes. In Episode 3, Jimmy, Darcy, and Monica really steal the show. We are introduced to SWORD and learn about how Westview looks and appears to an outsider. We also get to see the first 3 episodes from the point of view of these characters outside Westview. Number 2, on a very special episode, Episode 5. In the middle of the season is where the most is happening. In this 80s-based episode we see a lot happen. The twins start to age themselves up. Vision begins to realize that something is wrong with Westview. We see Wanda exit the Hex and speak to SWORD with her original accent. And most importantly, Evan Peters from the Fox X-Men franchise shows up. Just when we thought we were getting answers, the show gave us even more questions. Number 1, All New Halloween Spooktacular, Episode 6. This episode was an all-around gem. The family sitcom interactions between Wanda, Vision, Quicksilver and the twins are spot on. This episode to fully embody the family feel, where Wanda has Vision, her kids, and her long-lost brother. At this point in the show, Vision has realized something is off, and he goes into full detective mode. We eventually get to see him try to leave the Hex and learn that he is unable to live beyond the Hex. One of the best parts has to be Wanda and Vision wearing their comic book costumes. The episode cliffhanger sees Wanda having the ability to expand the Hex. All in all, this episode definitely had me on the edge of my seat the most. What were your favorite episodes? Be sure to let us know in the comments below. Well, that's all the time for today. We'll catch you next time for more MCU content.